In the modern footballing world, few players have been as scrutinized, celebrated, and polarizing as Paul Pogba. Born with a rare combination of skill, physicality, and vision, Pogba's talent made him one of the most sought-after players globally. His journey from the outskirts of Paris to becoming the world's most expensive player is marked by triumph, controversy, and the ongoing struggle to live up to the immense expectations placed upon him. Pogba has experienced both dizzying highs and devastating lows, from winning the World Cup with France to dealing with personal challenges and public scrutiny. Today, we will explore Paul Pogba's life and career, tracing his roots from humble beginnings in France, his rise to stardom at Juventus, his challenging return to Manchester United, and his tumultuous personal life. Early life and first steps in football. Paul Pogba was born on March 15, 1993, in Roissy-en-Brie, a suburb of Paris, France, to Guinean parents. His father, Fassou Antoine Pogba, and mother, Yeo Moriba, moved to France in the early 1990s to seek a better life for their children. Paul was the youngest of three brothers, with his older twin brothers, Florentine and Matthias, both becoming professional footballers themselves. However, it was clear from an early age that Paul was destined for greater heights. Growing up in a rough neighborhood surrounded by gang violence and bad influences, Pogba's mother played a crucial role in keeping her sons away from trouble. For the Pogba family, football was not just a passion, it was an escape, a way out of the difficult circumstances they faced. Yeo Moriba recognized Paul's extraordinary talent from a young age and encouraged him to pursue football seriously. She even homeschooled him to give him more time to focus on his development as a player. Pogba's football journey began at the age of 6 when he joined his first local team, US Roissy-en-Brie. His coach at the time recalled that Pogba's talent was far beyond his peers, with the young Paul often outclassing opponents with his physicality and ball control. His performances earned him a move to more competitive teams, and it wasn't long before Pogba was being scouted by some of the biggest clubs in France. A star in the making, Pogba's early club career. Paul Pogba's journey to stardom took a major leap when he joined the prestigious Le Havre Academy, a club known for producing top talent. At Le Havre, Pogba quickly established himself as one of the brightest young prospects in French football. By the time he was 16, he was already the captain of the club's youth team and had led them to the final of the French U16 national championship. Pogba's performances were so impressive that they earned him his first call-up to the French U16 national team, marking the beginning of what would be a successful international career. However, as Pogba's talent grew, so did the attention from Europe's biggest clubs. In 2009, Pogba made a controversial move to Manchester United's academy, despite having signed a non-solicitation agreement with Le Havre. This move led to a legal battle between the two clubs, with Le Havre accusing Manchester United of offering financial incentives to Pogba's family to lure him away. Ultimately, FIFA ruled in favor of United, and Pogba's transfer was made official. At Manchester United, Pogba's potential was clear for all to see. He quickly rose through the ranks of the youth academy, with Sir Alex Ferguson, United's legendary manager, taking a particular interest in the young Frenchman. Ferguson recognized Pogba's immense talent, but was also aware of the challenges that lay ahead. As Pogba's profile grew, so did the influence of his entourage, most notably his controversial agent, Mino Raiola. Despite his promise, Pogba's time at Manchester United was limited. Frustrated by a lack of first-team opportunities and influenced by Raiola's advice, Pogba made the bold decision to leave United on a free transfer in 2012, joining Italian giants Juventus. It was at Juventus where Pogba truly blossomed into a world-class player. Playing alongside legendary midfielders like Andrea Pirlo, Arturo Vidal, and Claudio Marchisio, Pogba became a key figure in Juventus's midfield. Despite being only 19 years old, Pogba's maturity on the ball, physical presence, and technical finesse made him stand out. In his first season with Juventus, Pogba helped the club win the Serie A title, and he would go on to win 4 consecutive league titles with the Bianconeri. Pogba's performances in Italy made him a global superstar. He became known for his long-range strikes, dazzling footwork, and ability to dictate the tempo of a game. His reputation was further enhanced in 2013 when he was awarded the Golden Boy Award, given to the best young player in Europe. By the time he was 21, Pogba was being hailed as one of the best midfielders in the world, and his name was on the lips of every major football club in Europe. Return to Manchester United, the world's most expensive player. In 2016, Paul Pogba made a sensational return to Manchester United in what was then a world record transfer fee of €105 million. United fans were ecstatic to have their prodigal son back, and expectations were sky high. Pogba's return was seen as a statement of intent by Manchester United, who were determined to re-establish themselves as one of the dominant forces in European football. Pogba's early performances back at Old Trafford were promising. He played a pivotal role in helping Manchester United win the League Cup and the Europa League in his first season back. His combination of power, flair, and vision made him a key figure in United's midfield, and his partnership with manager Jose Mourinho seemed destined for success. However, Pogba's relationship with Mourinho began to deteriorate as the manager's tactical demands clashed with Pogba's creative style of play. Mourinho publicly criticized Pogba's work rate and defensive discipline, while Pogba felt stifled by Mourinho's rigid system. The tension between the two became a major talking point in the media, and it was clear that something had to give. By the end of the 2017 to 2018 season, despite flashes of brilliance, Pogba's inconsistent performances and injury struggles led to widespread criticism from fans and pundits. In December 2018, Mourinho was sacked, and Pogba was given a new lease on life under interim manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Redemption at the 2018 World Cup. While Pogba's club career at Manchester United was marked by inconsistency, his performances for the French national team told a different story. And the 2018 World Cup in Russia was the pinnacle of his international career. Pogba played a crucial role in guiding France to their second World Cup victory. Throughout the tournament, Pogba's performances were mature and disciplined, showing the world that he could be both a creative force and a responsible leader. In the final against Croatia, Pogba scored a crucial goal, helping France secure a 4-2 victory and cementing his place in football history. The 2018 World Cup was a moment of redemption for Pogba. After years of criticism at Manchester United, he had silenced his doubters on the biggest stage of all. His performances in Russia earned him widespread praise, and he returned to Manchester as a world champion, determined to carry that form into his club career. Despite the high of the World Cup, Pogba's struggles at Manchester United persisted. Injuries began to take a toll on his performances, and he found himself in and out of the team. The consistency that had defined his time at Juventus seemed to elude him, and his injury record became a growing concern. Off the field, Pogba's life was also becoming increasingly complicated. In 2022, Pogba was involved in an extortion attempt, where he was threatened at gunpoint by men demanding millions of euros. The incident, which was reportedly orchestrated by individuals close to Pogba, including his own brother, added another layer of stress to an already difficult period in his life. The constant injury setbacks Pogba faced upon his return to Manchester United further stifled his momentum. Pogba would often dazzle in bursts, moments where his raw talent and commanding presence in midfield were on full display. But these moments were overshadowed by lengthy periods on the sidelines due to recurring injuries. This, compounded by Manchester United's struggles as a team, led to frustration among fans and further amplified criticisms about Pogba's performances. Many began to wonder whether Pogba would ever truly fulfill the potential he had shown when United signed him for a world record fee. Off the pitch, Pogba's personal life became increasingly complicated. The 2022 extortion attempt that targeted Pogba sent shockwaves through the footballing community. The extortion attempt was reportedly tied to an ongoing dispute, and the involvement of Pogba's family members made the ordeal even more painful for him to endure. This incident, along with his injury battles, weighed heavily on Pogba's mental well-being, making it difficult for him to fully focus on football. Departure from Manchester United and a new chapter at Juventus. In the summer of 2022, after months of speculation about his future, Paul Pogba made the decision to leave Manchester United once again. His departure marked the end of a 6-year stint at the club, while not without its successes, such as winning the Europa League and the League Cup, was largely seen as underwhelming given his immense talent and the price tag that had brought him back to Old Trafford. Pogba's decision to leave Manchester United was driven by a desire to find a new environment where he could reignite his career, both physically and mentally. Juventus, the club where he had first truly blossomed into a world-class player, emerged as the natural destination. In July 2022, Pogba completed his return to Juventus on a free transfer, signing a 4-year contract with the Italian giants. The move was met with excitement by Juventus fans who fondly remembered Pogba's exploits during his first stint at the club. For Pogba, the return to Turin was a chance to rekindle the form that had made him one of the most feared midfielders in Europe. However, his start to life at Juventus was again hindered by injury. Pogba suffered a meniscus injury in pre-season, which required surgery and sidelined him for several months. It was a difficult blow for both Pogba and Juventus, who were hoping for an immediate impact from their star signing. Despite the setbacks, Pogba remained optimistic about his future at Juventus. He was determined to overcome his injury problems and prove that he still had what it takes to perform at the highest level. For Pogba, this new chapter at Juventus represented an opportunity to silence his critics and return to the form that had made him a global superstar. Pogba's legacy and influence on the modern game. While Paul Pogba's career has been marked by highs and lows, there is no denying the impact he has had on the modern game. His unique combination of physicality, technique, and flair has made him one of the most recognizable and influential players of his generation. Pogba has redefined the role of the modern midfielder, blending the defensive duties of a box-to-box player with the creativity and vision of a playmaker. Off the pitch, Pogba's influence has extended far beyond football. As one of the most marketable athletes in the world, Pogba has used his platform to promote social causes, speak out on issues of racial injustice, and advocate for greater representation of Black athletes in sports and media. He has been a vocal supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement and has used his profile to raise awareness about issues affecting marginalized communities. Pogba's fashion sense and flamboyant personality have also made him a cultural icon. His love for hairstyles, flashy outfits, and his presence on social media have earned him a massive following. While his off-field ventures have sometimes been the subject of criticism, they have also allowed Pogba to transcend the sport and become a symbol of the modern athlete. A player who is not just defined by what he does on the pitch, but by how he uses his platform to make a difference. Pogba's influence on the younger generation of footballers is evident. Players like Kylian Mbappé and Jadon Sancho have cited Pogba as an inspiration, both for his footballing ability and for his willingness to embrace his individuality. In many ways, Pogba has paved the way for a new generation of footballers who are unafraid to express themselves, both on and off the pitch. The road ahead. Can Pogba regain his best form? As Paul Pogba embarks on the next chapter of his career at Juventus, the question remains, can he recapture the form that made him one of the best midfielders in the world? At 30 years old, Pogba is entering the latter stages of his career, but he still has time to make a significant impact on the game. Much will depend on Pogba's ability to stay fit and avoid the injuries that have plagued him in recent years. If he can regain his physical fitness, there is no doubt that he has the talent to once again dominate matches at the highest level. Juventus will be hoping that Pogba's return to Turin can help them challenge for domestic and European honors once again. Pogba's mental strength will also be tested as he looks to overcome the personal challenges that have overshadowed his career. The extortion attempt and the betrayal he faced from individuals close to him have undoubtedly had a profound impact on Pogba's mental well-being, but he has shown resilience in the face of adversity throughout his life. Whatever the future holds for Paul Pogba, his legacy as one of the most talented and influential players of his generation is secure. While his career has been filled with ups and downs, Pogba has consistently demonstrated the ability to rise above challenges and prove his doubters wrong. As he continues to write the next chapter of his career, fans around the world will be watching, hoping to see more moments of brilliance from the enigmatic Frenchman. Conclusion: Paul Pogba's journey in football. Paul Pogba's journey from the streets of Roissy-en-Brie to becoming a global football superstar has been anything but straightforward. His career has been filled with incredible moments of brilliance, but also with periods of frustration and disappointment. Despite the criticisms and the challenges he has faced, Pogba remains one of the most gifted and recognizable footballers of his generation. His influence on the game extends far beyond his performances on the pitch. Pogba has inspired a new generation of players to embrace their individuality and to use their platform to make a difference in the world. He has redefined what it means to be a modern footballer, blending skill, creativity, and athleticism with a unique sense of style and a commitment to social causes. As Pogba continues to navigate the challenges of his career, one thing is certain: his legacy in football is already secure. Whether he regains his best form at Juventus or not, Paul Pogba will always be remembered as a player who dared to be different, who pushed the boundaries of what was possible, and who left an indelible mark on the world of football.